podcast where we talk about the pros
and the cons
of your favourite game. Today we're going to be talking about Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2.
It's a good game, I think. I mean,
honestly, to be honest, I think I agree, although I think it's a bit dated.
yeah, I mean, Neighbourville is quite a lot better. They really enhanced this game, but I think it still has a place in my heart since, it's the last game that carried the pack system.
I never actually picked it up when it first came out. I've been playing it since 2019, and honestly, for the years I'm playing, I'd say it has a rather good pack system, and how you buy things, different skins.
Yeah, and I think that Neighbourville, its brother, let's say, doesn't have the pack system and just has a random reward system, which I don't really like that much. So, life is life, and we'll have to deal with not having a pack system in this new game, but I think I might still play this game. What do you think about...
It still has other and better content.
Yeah. What do you think about the old pack system?
It'd be nice to know what you could get, the best things out the pack.
Yeah,
you can get whatever.
Like a CS:GO knife crate, and you can see what you're actually getting out of it. Alright.
Yeah.
Do you want to make a point?
Yeah, sorry. I think, honestly, I think, on to the next point, latency problems.
Yeah.
It's I've seen many people, I've played with in this game, always say, I have problems joining because I'm lagging too much, or when they do join, they lag like crazy. I think, it's another point of it being dated, but still, I think they could patch it, because they still are patching this game to this very day.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people still do play this game, surprisingly, even though it is actually, as you said, quite dated. The latency isn't all that bad, but the fact that there is lag spikes is bad.
I digress on missions, though.
Yeah.
I think, what you said with the whole lag spikes, I think it's the worst when for example, the flag, when you're reading the flag.
In Garden
It's 3
Ops.
seconds of back lag. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about the story mode?
I haven't had much to play it. Although I like how there's 3 different sections. There's the rose section, the corn section, and the onions.
I believe it's the citron. The final section.
The onion.
So
it's the onion now. I love the onion section.
We've made a couple points. You want to talk about the podcast?
Oh yes. So in case you're new to this podcast, which everyone is, because we literally just started it today. This is a Joy-Con podcast where, in the intro, you said, basically, we take your favorite games from a poll that we start on Reddit over to Instagram.
Link in the description.
And we basically... Sorry.
Plug.
Bit latency there.
Yeah, link in the description. Bit plug.
Yeah. Plug everything. There'll be the link to... Go follow us on freaking...
SoundCloud.
YouTube. Why couldn't I think
And
of that?
SoundCloud. And all of our social medias that will be linked. Yeah, I feel like we're on our way to success.
Yeah.
I mean,
anyway,
it's going to be a steep road. Yeah, I mean, we can make a couple points, then talk about the podcast. We'll alternate. Sorry, guys, we're getting new to this.
Yeah, sidebar for a second. But I think, it's going to take a long time. But with your guys' support, I'm sure we can do anything.
Yeah, I mean, life's life, and people are going to be people, but in this pandemic, the podcast will save you. Alright, back to the points. I'm going to raise the point that, is Garden Warfare an actual, like a game that you think everyone should buy, knowing that Neighborville is out?
Honestly, stand up for a second. When the second Skate game came out, people still bought Skate 1 more than they bought Skate 2. So I think it doesn't matter about how, if a new, better versions come out. I think sticking to your roots and find what you find is the best. I think that's the best way to go.
Yeah,
so I think, if you want to play this game more because you like it and you played the original, then stick to this game.
Yeah, I'm saying that you're not really missing out by not playing Neighborville. There might be a few new cool characters, and I think it is an overall better game, but the fact that the storyline isn't as good and it's a lot more confusing, there's not a good tutorial. I think if you're a new Plants vs. Zombies player or FPS player in general, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 is the way to go.
Yeah, I think that's how it's talking about the point of fuck, what did I say again? It's talking about sticking to your roots. That's it.
Yeah.
Of course, it's got sometimes I have Alzheimer's.
Oh yeah, I think the game's kind of wacky. I'd say it's a lot more cartoony.
It's not really but it does more have more of a child.
Yeah.
Friendly vibe. So it's a family game, I'd say.
Yeah, I think it's a game you could sit down with your friends, go back and forth, have some good times in general.
I'm gonna check what the age rating is real quick because I actually don't know.
Yeah.
Depending on what the age rating is, it might not be a family game. It might be an 18.
No, I believe it's a 12 or 10 for the violence, but it's a 7. There you go.
Fear and violence.
So anybody that's 7 and over, I'm going to assume that pretty much everybody in this podcast is Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 is the way to go.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think tons of people have played this game.
Yeah.
Been out for 4 years now?
Yeah. What's your favourite character? Or planet?
Well, at the moment, I'm not sure you can hear you can hear that.
Yeah.
I'm currently playing as a pea shooter.
Yeah.
Which honestly, it's got really balanced attacks. He's kind of an all-rounder and a good starter character.
I think he's a very.
My normal main.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. My normal main is definitely Chomper, especially Toxic Chomper, just because he looks so cool and he can barf on people.
I mean, yeah. I think I prefer the fire characters over the toxic characters because Burn does more damage than Toxic, but I see where you're coming from.
Well, yeah, but the reason I like Toxic was because I got it when the event was on, a couple Halloweens ago, I think it was, and got a guaranteed one for free. So
that's really cool. Well, my favourite character. My favourite character is tied between the Fire Sunflower and the Demon Rose. I think they're both very good. Demon Rose is all around. The DPS is just broken on her. But the ammo situation could be fixed, which it did get fixed in Neighborville, so I'm not so fussed about that.
We're talking about Garden Warfare 2.
Yep.
She only has 20 things.
Making some relations to the other games.
In comparison to characters on the first one, which
yeah.
I actually didn't play, I played the middle child.
I have the first game currently installed on my console, actually. And I think it actually is a pretty good game. I mean, it was the first FPS game that PopCap came up with before their Plants vs. Zombies franchise. So there's the Plants vs. Zombies, the regular one, which is the 2D tower defense type game. Then there was then there was Plants vs. Zombies 2, which is the same thing but just with more missions and it was updated. Then they released Garden Warfare. And Garden Warfare was a new generation for them. I mean, I was like, how would it work with the characters and all that? But they made it work, and I think it was a really good outcome.
Definitely. Although I must say, I think they could have done better. Like, with the times that they had when it was Garden Warfare 1, like, I know, actions were limited, but I just feel like the controls, although I have played it, like, once before in my lifetime, they were quite janky. Like, it didn't control.
Yeah, I first played it on the Xbox 360, so it wasn't actually that good graphics either, but at the time, I believe that it was, a very good, generic game that everyone could play. What do you think about the hidden characters in Garden Warfare 2, if you know of them?
I did not. No.
There's a
Like
special set of missions at a Pizza Hut in the Garden Warfare 2 world, and and you have to race as a goat to deliver pizzas. And if you do it, you get a special character, and he is a goat riding a surfboard with lasers. And the plant special.
Back to, like, the whole.
Yeah.
Goes back to the whole child-friendly, like, demographic.
Yeah. And the challenge is actually very challenging, like, to get those characters. Like, the race is really hard, actually. Surprisingly difficult.
I mean, a lot of these missions in this game are, because, like, when I started playing the first game, and still to this day, have not beat it past the third mission on the colon guy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a gamer. Well, I don't associate myself as a gamer, but I don't associate myself with not.
I mean, we're making comments about this. I guess we have to be experts.
Screw it. We're extra top esports players now.
Yeah, we just gotta change everything to extra top esports players. But I mean, I care for games a little bit.
Cap. I live a pop cap.
Yeah. What do you think about the XP multiplier? What do you think about the XP multiplier, where you do missions, and if you do 5 missions, you get a 25% XP multiplier?
To be honest, 25% is quite poor. I think you should nerf it down to 15% just so, like, it's a bit more challenging.
Yeah, I believe they nerfed it from 50% already. It was 50%, and then they nerfed it because that's how I got to Elite so quick, which is the prestiging system. We could lead on to that if you want to take that away. Yeah. That leads us on to, I don't know if you heard me, the prestiging system. You want to talk about that?
So, man, you kind of cut out a second.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. The prestiging system. I don't know if he can hear me because I think I might be cutting out. It might be internet on his end. But I'll continue talking about it for you guys. So, basically, prestiging system works as you get level 10 and then you keep going. And I think it's a really good thing. I think the co-host might be back. Hello?
Yep. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I was just asking you a question about what you thought about the prestiging system.
I honestly never have prestiged in this game before. I didn't know you could until right now. Ugh.
Yeah, you get level 10 on a character, and then it allows you to prestige. And I think the XP multiplier is needed because of how hard it is compared to other Plants vs Zombie games for leveling up.
I've never actually got to level 10. I've never had an XP multiplier before.
Yeah.
I think that just proves how difficult it is.
Yeah, getting to level 10 is actually very difficult on this game. How games such as the regular Garden Warfare, which didn't have a prestiging system, you could get to level 10 pretty quick. And the new one, Battle of Neighbourville, you can that takes 3, 4, even 5 games to get to prestige. Also, it has a machine that you can buy XP from, which I think is a bit overpowered. But I mean, the further you get up, the harder it is. If you just think back to the start of PopCap in the first ever game, did you ever play it?
No.
The first Plants vs Zombies game.
First ever game. I don't think Popcart's first ever game was actually Plants
No,
vs.
no,
Zombies.
first ever like proper game.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, let's just say for argument's sake that it was. I used to play it on my iPod.
Like, yeah, I used to play it on like my freaking iPad, like knockoff.
Yeah,
So
I played it on my I've currently got it on Xbox because it was released on Xbox 360 back in the day, and it was actually really good on Xbox 360. I played it quite a bit, and I still play it a little bit to this day. I think how much they've evolved from back then to now is just a massive margin.
Zoomer,
Yeah.
Bookworm. Those were games in 2003. Now it's 2020 and they still have like good games popping out.
I know they've still got
That just shows how much.
loads of games.
Yeah. Like, I'm looking through the games like Wizard's Pen, Amazing Adventures, Tales Mania.
All good
Some of
games.
these games, like, you probably grew up with things like Bejeweled, or your mum probably played things like that. And, see, I can see why.
I mean, these
Like,
games that
Bejeweled,
he's
for
reading out,
example.
you guys might have never heard of, but they're actually like. I like them with a passion. It's like you always strive to do better in games like that. It's the games that force you to grind, and the ones that are so hard that if you get good at them, it gives you a sense of achievement. Go on.
I bet you grew up with the 2001 game called Bejeweled. Right, I'll talk about Bejeweled for a second. Sideline. Basically, Bejeweled is from what I can understand, it's a match 3 game, kind of like Candy Crush Saga, where like your goal is to try and get all the things off the screen in order to help a miner, I think it is. And what I was saying, it actually looks pretty enticing. I may play it later on my phone if it's on the App Store. But like,
Yeah.
for its time, it was one of the first match 3 games, I think. So they're still revolutionising to this day.
Yeah. Well, it was supposed to be about Garden Warfare. We've talked about a lot of different Garden Warfare games. Also, if you didn't know, this is a primarily just audio streaming service for you guys to watch podcasts. You can just listen to it, whenever you're bored, or you can watch it live. It's really up to you guys.
Yeah.
You want to go for another point?
I think I've had enough talking for a bit.
Okay.
You have a go.
Alright. How about I propose to you guys let's say, question of the week. Which is the superior Garden Warfare game?
Oh, that's going to cause a bit of controversy.
Yeah. You can just comment it on the subreddit, which will be linked in the description of this video, hopefully. And if it's not, it will be eventually, so don't get your hopes up. Okay. So, a point I want to raise about Garden Warfare is the art and the artists. Would you mind looking up who the artists actually are? Because I think they're actually really amazing.
The artist for name?
No, for Garden Warfare 2. The PopCap artist that designed it, I think it's a really beautiful game. The cartoon-esque feel, the family-friendly, as we bring up this point again.
Art station. A guy called William Busby.
Well, this man is a living legend. He created plans. Whoever came up with the idea is a genius to turn this game into an FPS. I feel, it's a third-person shooter.
EA picked it up for so much money.
Yeah.
I think it was something like 50 million back at the time. But they had to pay them to keep going with it. So otherwise they'd force it in.
The franchise is really amazing. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. Neighborville might be a year old to this day, but it's still one of the best games. And they're creating a new one. And they're just going to keep on going and keep on going. I think that's how it's going to go.
That's how EA are, man. Just keep on going and don't stop coming. Head to the rules and keep the ground running.
Well, it's coming up to 20 minutes, and I think the recording software is going to die.
So we may have to cut this one a bit short, guys.
Yeah, but they'll be longer in the future. But we're gonna cut this one short. I'm gonna say my goodbyes now. Hope you guys like, subscribe. You got anything to add on to that?
Yeah. Yeah, like, subscribe, go follow Insta, Reddit, subreddit, SoundCloud, Spotify coming in the near future, hopefully. If not, that's also fine. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.